Donald Trump's controversial pick to be the next Attorney General, former Congressman Matt Gaetz, took himself out of the running after meeting with senators this week to gauge his chances as the pressure was mounting. Gaetz posted his decision on X, saying, "While the momentum was strong, it is clear that my confirmation was unfairly becoming a distraction to the critical work of the Trump-Vance transition." Trump responded on Truth Social by praising Gaetz, saying, "Matt has a wonderful future, and I look forward to watching all of the great things he will do." Gaetz was facing personal scandals, including investigations into inappropriate sexual encounters, potentially with a minor. Gaetz had denied the allegations and never faced charges, but being named by Trump put increased scrutiny on a still unreleased House Ethics Committee report looking into the allegations.
Matt Gaetz was never qualified to hold this position, but that was actually kind of the point. He was nominated not to actually execute the duties of Attorney General, as America would expect that person to do, but rather to be a loyalist and to exact retribution on Donald Trump's perceived enemies.
Can't disagree with the decision Matt Gaetz made. He was controversial. He understood that. I actually appreciate the fact that he withdrew so that President Trump can put somebody else in place, maybe less controversial. But let's face it, this is going to be a pitched battle. I've been a target of the corruption within the FBI, so I know exactly why President Trump wants to have somebody who's incredibly loyal.
The attorney for the alleged victims at the center of the Gaetz scandals said, "My clients are relieved to have this chapter behind them and eager to move forward with their lives. We're hopeful this brings final closure for all parties involved." Reporting in Washington, I'm Matt Gelka.
Okay. So, I'm not one to talk about politics too heavy. I don't follow politics to the point where I can confidently give an opinion on political matters. I do follow just to be informed, but I want to talk about the allegations that were brought up against Matt Gaetz conveniently as he was running for the AG position under Trump. Now, again, I'm not coming from a supporter of Trump or a supporter of Biden, anything like that. Just talking about the allegations that were brought against him by these women, okay? Now, I understand this video didn't talk about the age. The age of one of the victims allegedly was 17, and that's the one that is really being the biggest hindrance to him and causing him the most trouble. But here's the thing, my question, okay, how was a 17-year-old able to be in the presence of Matt Gaetz without her parents around or knowing and selling him some what, okay? How was that something that was even able to happen? How did they get in contact with him? How did she get into a position where she was alone with him to be able to do these acts? Okay, that's what I want to know. And that question, amongst others, is not being asked. Where were her parents? Why was she selling her body at 17 years old? And we know, okay, if she made it to Matt Gaetz, then we know that that was not her first time doing that. We know more or less, okay, she probably started maybe even 16, maybe even 15, okay? And she has other people that she was dealing with that she did not out. I wonder why, okay? Why is it only Matt Gaetz? Why is it only coming out at this time? These are all the questions. Okay, anytime something like this happens and they want to bring somebody down, they already know when it comes to a man, somewhere in his history, he's going to have some sort of sexual deviant behavior, and they just need to find it and expose it. And here it is, okay, it was the 17-year-old that he allegedly paid, and amongst other women, I saw where the one of the videos was saying that they found Cash App receipts, which is Matt Gaetz's fault, okay? You should be transacting in cash in this respect. Now, especially if you're someone of Matt Gaetz's, his position and his place in society, and he's trying to really rise up. He sees himself rising up in the political sphere. You can't leave a paper trail. You have to use cash. Someone like myself or any other random Joe, I mean, our cash apps are never going to be checked, Venmo, all that stuff, so it's no big deal. At least we assume now. But anyway, also, okay, people were saying, all right, well, he's a sexual deviant because not only the 17-year-old, which, did he even know she was 17? All right, did she lie? Did she have a fake ID that she maybe presented to even get into the place wherever he was for this to happen? All right, you know, how did this happen? The 17-year-old, how did she get there? And the friend of hers that was supposed to be there, that witnessed it, why is it that this friend didn't say anything either until now? The attorney that they have talking about they're glad to put this behind them. All right, why wasn't it brought up any time before now? Why didn't they put this out there a long time ago whenever this happened? Why is it just now? Oh, well, they want to put it behind them now that he's running for this position. Now we want to put this behind him. And again, I'm not saying this like a fan, as if I'm a fan of Matt Gaetz or Trump or anything. I'm just somebody that does not like that in these situations when it comes to transactional relations with women, the women, it's as if the women can sell it, but you're wrong for buying it. Okay, oh, well, the women that do this are perceived as victims. All right, well, she had to do it, or she was forced, she was tricked, she didn't know what she was doing, she was drunk, she was drugged, her family life, yada yada. But the guy who actually is partaking in her service, which she's offering, no different than a massage, no different than a personal training session, no different than any other service, he's the one, he's looked at as the villain, he's looked at as the one that is the sexual deviant. But he is only doing what she is asking him to do, which is pay her for the service that she is offering. And it's just a shame that this is always something that they use when we all know everybody, and I don't mean every person in the world, but I mean Democrats and Republicans and every other political party alike, men from all genres, men from all aspects do this kind of thing. Men pay for this in every realm, and I'm pretty sure that's how they knew to go directly to that, because it was probably some Democrats right along with him in those places where this was happening. There were probably Democrats that she has Cash App receipts from, but because they're not running or because they're not an enemy of whoever wanted to bring him down, then the receipts and the information related to them has not been exposed yet. But I'm pretty sure it could be. I'm pretty sure if this 17-year-old at the time wanted to, she could also expose a whole bunch of other political people. But it's only the one that they're targeting that they bring these kind of allegations out on. And it's just really, it's not fair. It's a big double standard, because no one blames, no one is asking any questions to the 17-year-old at the time, wherever she is now. Okay, how did you get into this lifestyle? How did you end up in his presence? Why were you selling yourself at that age? Where were your parents? Where was your dad? Okay, why didn't you tell us this the day after it happened? Why didn't you report him? Okay, how come there was so many, not only with just her, but how come there's so many transactions like this that we found in his Cash App from other women, and none of this was ever reported? Also, the fact that he was never charged with anything related to this 17-year-old, but it's always just the uproar. Oh, well, he paid for, allegedly, he paid for this. He paid a woman to do that. I get it, it is illegal, but all of those people, let me tell you something. If you speak to someone that is a sex worker, that has been doing it for a long time, maybe not even for a long time, especially if she's attractive and she can get to places where people like Matt Gaetz will be, you will hear that they deal with police officers, lawyers, judges, you name it, politicians, you name it. All of these people are in on this sexual deviant lifestyle. What's what they call it, sexual deviant. And it's only when they want to bring someone down that they expose it and they use it against you. All the while they're all doing it. I'm pretty sure that girl has been with so many other people getting paid and no one has ever said anything until now, when there needs to be some sort of ammunition used against someone. Okay, well, we got this 17-year-old. Oh, we're going to give you an attorney. Oh yeah, well, we just want this behind us. Okay, why even bring it in front of you now if it was already behind you so long ago? You got paid, you didn't complain, but now all of a sudden we want to have this behind us. Anyway, I just wanted to rant a little bit about that. I hate these kinds of situations. The men are always wrong. The women are always victims, even though it's their service that they're offering. It's crazy. But anyway, thank you for coming back to my channel. Thank you for watching my video. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, I will see you all soon.